All right, and welcome back to A Dash of Sports. I'm your host, Dash, and we're going to be going over week 6 of the college football season. Oh my goodness. Some upsets, some almost upsets, and some crazy, crazy comebacks. So make sure that you be checking in. Subscribe to this channel. Let us know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the notification buttons, and give us some comments on how we're doing here at the channel. So without further ado, we're going to get into my new top 10 of week 7. It's a lot of changes. Again, I don't like to go around and do what the media does. I base it off what I see from the games that I watch and who they win and who they lose against. And so some of you might be surprised, some of you might not be, but like I said, I don't try to bias my feelings on certain things. So without further ado, we're going to come in with our top 10. At number 10, I've got Oregon. Still got a pretty good, yes, they got one loss, but they still got a pretty good win in the overall scheme of things over Ohio State. I think it was a good win. They can still win out the Pac-12 and run the table and still possibly get a chance to get into that playoff spot. But I got them coming in at number 10, and so they're going to be on the picks this week. Let me know what you think. Coming in at number 9, Alabama. Come on, you don't drop. You don't lose to a 2-loss team unranked and drop 3 spots. You drop a little bit more. So I got Alabama. I still think they're one of the teams to beat. Yeah, they had a stumble. They can still go out there, but I don't know if they have what it takes to beat Georgia. Georgia's got the best defense in the nation right now and possibly one of the best offenses in the nation. So Alabama drops to number 9. We'll see how they can build themselves back up into those playoff spots. We'll see from here on out. Coming in, number 8, Penn State. Losing to Iowa is not a bad loss. I've said from the beginning, if you go back and watch all my videos since I started this, Iowa has been my dark horse to get in there, break up all the normal playoff contenders, and actually take a spot and win the Big Ten. I still think they do it. I think Iowa is the best team in the Big Ten this year. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I right or am I wrong? But Penn State coming in at number 8. It was a great game. Iowa had to come back and win it. But that tells you good teams from just, okay teams. Again, I wasn't sold on Penn State's win over Auburn. Still not. So let me know what you think in the comments. Coming in at number 7, Kentucky. If you would have told me at the beginning of this year that Kentucky and Georgia would be the only 2 undefeated teams in the SEC, I would have called you a liar to your face. Would have called you a liar to your face. Kentucky is playing good ball. Again, they got to go into Georgia. It seems like every time one of these SEC teams creep up into the top 10 for me, they got to go face Georgia. We'll see. I don't know. Kentucky looks good. First time 6-0 since Bear Bryant was the coach. We'll find out. But Kentucky looks good right now. They got to run into that Georgia wall, though, this coming week. So let me know. Coming in at number 6, I have Michigan. Michigan, not Michigan State. I think Michigan State's the better team. But Michigan is doing good. It's the first time I've seen 3 undefeated, 3 Big Ten in a while where they were in the top 10. So I got Michigan, followed by number 5, Michigan State. I think they look good. They got a Heisman contender in Kenneth Walker III. He looked really good as well over the weekend. But I think Michigan State is the better team in Michigan. Coming in at number 4, Oklahoma. What a crazy, crazy game that Red River Showdown was. There was times where I thought, I was ready to turn off the TV at times. But man, if you didn't stick throughout that game, you missed one heck of a football game. Probably one of the best Red River Showdowns I've seen in a long, long time. Texas fans might disagree, but I have talked to a lot of Texas fans that they said even that was one of the best ones they've seen. It was a letdown for sure for Texas. But Casey, the quarterback there at Casey Thompson, quarterback at Texas, he's got a bright future. A really, really bright future. And he might be in the talk of the Heisman in the next couple of years. So don't get down on Casey Thompson. He did a great job. No turnovers, 5 touchdowns, but still lost the game. I get it. It just wasn't in the cards for him, but he is an outstanding quarterback. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? But I do foresee this kid being in the Heisman talks in the next couple years. Coming in at number 3, Cincinnati. Possible, like I said, man, this Desmond Ridder kid is just phenomenal. And they went out and destroyed Temple on Friday night. And that is what they have to do, folks. Cincinnati has to destroy everybody they play from here on out if they're even going to be mentioned in the playoffs. I think they make it if some of these other teams stumble here at the end of the season, which I think they can. I still think Alabama might have another loss in them. I don't know. But let me know. But Cincinnati, man, they look good. That Desmond Ridder kid, he is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. And he's going to take Cincinnati places they've never been before, and I think that's going to be the playoffs. Coming in at number 2, Iowa. Again, best team in the Big Ten. People say they're overrated. People say they haven't played anybody. Well, they just played Penn State and beat them. They just played Penn State and beat them, and I think they're going to win the Big Ten. I don't think anybody can stop Iowa this year other than Iowa themselves. That will be the only way Iowa loses is if Iowa beats themselves. And coming in at number 1, no surprise here. It was my last week. Number 1, it's this week's number 1, Georgia. The best defense in the nation, in my opinion. A very good offense, in my opinion. But that defense, if you shut out people, you hold people to 3 points, it's amazing. This team is good. This team is really good, and I think they have what it takes to get into that playoff and win it all. I think this might be Georgia's year. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think on my top 10. Am I right? Am I wrong? Did I miss somebody? I leave somebody out? Did I add somebody that shouldn't have been in there? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, coming up, Heisman again. I'm going to be talking Heisman almost every week now from here on out. My new number 1 after watching that OU Texas game. My new number 1, Bijan Robinson. That kid is a monster. The only reason Texas lose that game is because they went away from handing him the ball. That is my opinion. If they'd have kept handing him the ball, OU had no answer for him, and they could not stop him. Bijan Robinson is a beast, and I think he is probably one of, if not the best player in college this year. Hands down. You just don't take the ball away from him. You got to keep running that ball with him, and he's going to go far. But I think he's the best player. He's my number 1 Heisman candidate right now. Coming in at number 2, again, Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati. I can't say enough about this quarterback. He's taken a team everybody thinks that doesn't play anybody. He went out there and beat Notre Dame. They have a good resume, folks. Don't get me wrong. They have a great resume, and he has a chance. And I think it's at the end of the year, Bijan, him, and Kenneth Walker are going to be sitting down as the 3 finalists. That's my opinion. Bryce Young, no, you got exposed against Texas A&M, and I don't think that you have what it takes. Your only reason you're in there is because you're Alabama, and that's my opinion. That's Dash's opinion. But let me know what you think. I've got Bijan Robinson, Desmond Ridder, Kenneth Walker, and I got at a surprising number 4, C.J. Stroud. Yeah, he had a rough outing against Oregon, but he's looking good. And Ohio State looks good. I'm not saying they're going to win the Big Ten by no means. I've already picked my Big Ten winner, and it's Iowa. But C.J. Stroud looks good. He's getting that offense where they need to go. And Ohio State might make some noise here at the end, but I just don't think they're going to have enough to beat Iowa. But he's still up there in my Heisman. So let me know what you think about my Heisman. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. Do you have somebody different? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, so the big question is, who's going to start at OU? That's what's been asked of me all week. Listen, folks. I've been behind Rattler from the beginning, and I'm going to stick with Rattler. Yes, he had a rough outing. Yes, they brought Caleb in. Yes, he went on and won the Texas game. I get it. But Lincoln Riley chose Rattler for a reason. Now, like I said, you can go out there, you can throw. He's too worried about his car dealership deals, his cars, his money. I get it. Some people play bad. Some people play bad in rivalry games all the time. Lincoln Riley did what he had to do to win the game. He benched Rattler. He put Caleb in. They won the game. Does that mean he goes away from Rattler? I don't know. I think Rattler's still a great quarterback. I really, really do. I just think sometimes he rushes his decisions, and I think that he makes some bad decisions. He does. But again, that line, I'm still not sold on the offensive line. There was times that even, Caleb Williams is a little bit more mobile than Rattler is, and he can make some faster moves out of the pocket. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Who starts at OU? Is it Caleb? Is it Spencer? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinion on who you think is the better quarterback. And Lincoln's in a tough spot. We've seen what 2-quarterback system can do. Sometimes it's great. You can ask West Virginia. Their 2-quarterback system is just destroying them. And you can ask their fans. You can look at the comments from their fans all over, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Their fans are not happy with the 2-quarterback system there. So, can Michigan win it all? Is this Michigan's year, or is Michigan State better? These are the questions I've got to ask again as well. I told you what I think in the top 10. I think Michigan State's better. I think Kenneth Walker is the X factor in those two teams. He's going to run all over Michigan. I don't know if Michigan can win it on here on out. I'm surprised at Michigan. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think they would do this good. I'm not saying that Harbaugh's not a good coach. But can Michigan go in and beat Ohio State this year? We'll find out. And who do you think is the better of the Michigans? Michigan State. Let me know in the comments below. And what happens in Alabama? Do they need to... we've seen, or I have seen, I don't know about y'all, but I have seen press conferences from Nick Saban where he's not been happy with his team's performance, even in a win. He says they're lazy. He says they don't want to practice sometimes. So, does he have to get back to basics? Was this the sign of things to come? All streaks come to an end. We know that. All streaks and all good streaks come to an end. Is this Alabama's year that the streaks get worse? Do they lose more than one game? I'll leave that up to you guys to answer. I think they probably have a pretty good, they might, and it's they could be 2 losses right now. Florida's best win is a 2-point loss to Alabama. That's Florida's. Florida had their number too. So, have these teams figured out Alabama? Have they figured out Nick Saban? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get on with our picks for the week. Mike Rucker was the winner of Week 6 with a 9-1 record. He chose smart. I think his only loss was he picked Texas, or he would have won. He would have went 10-0 if Texas had won. So great call, great job, Mike. Overall standings, Chris Bryce still up there with a one game lead over Steve Jones, but some people making some moves. We still got a few, obviously got a few weeks left. It could be anybody's race still with a 1-game lead. Chris, you better watch it, buddy. You better watch it. It's people coming up on you. So let's get into this week's games. First game up is Cal versus Oregon. Cal versus Oregon. I got Oregon 28, Cal 10. I just think Oregon's still pretty good. I don't know if anybody can derail them just yet. I think they still got to play UCLA, if I'm not mistaken. That might be a bump in the road for Oregon, but for right now, Cal's not anything that I think they need to worry about. So Oregon 28, Cal 10. Florida versus LSU. Is Coach O on the hot seat, guys? Is Coach O on the hot seat? Let me know. It could be. Really could be. We could be looking at somebody coming in new for LSU next year. They just don't look good. And they're beating themselves in certain aspects. But I got Florida 38, LSU 0. Florida 38, LSU 0. Up next, probably the best Big 12 matchup again this week. Oklahoma State versus Texas. Whew. Oklahoma State has had Texas' number the last couple years. I don't know if they can do it again. I don't know if they can stop that run. I just don't know. If Texas follows the game plan, sticks to it, continues to hand that ball to Bijan Robinson, Texas wins this handily. I got it 28, Texas 28, Oklahoma State 17. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm right, think I'm wrong. Let me know. Coming up, again, Michigan State versus Indiana. No brainer. Indiana's just been a disappointment this year to me. I thought Indiana was a lot better team, but they've been a disappointment this year. I got Michigan State 35, Indiana 14. UCF versus Cincinnati. At the beginning of the year, I would have told you it would have been a closer game than this. I don't know. I'm still deciding if UCF is for real this year. If they're not, I don't know if anybody can beat Cincinnati, though. I think Cincinnati runs the table. I really do. UCF 14, Cincinnati 31. Kentucky versus Georgia. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I never would have thought these would have been the only two undefeated teams in the SEC at week 7. Does Kentucky have what it takes to dethrone Georgia? I thought Arkansas would put up a good fight. I didn't think they would dethrone Georgia, but I thought they would put up a good fight, and I was wrong. I don't know if Kentucky can do it either. So I got Kentucky 24, Georgia 41. BYU versus Baylor. A big stumble by BYU over the weekend, losing to Boise State. I think they rebound. This is a potential, BYU's getting ready to go into the Big 12. We're getting ready to see what these matchups are going to be like. BYU 28, Baylor 17. I still think Baylor's a really good Big 12 football team. I just don't know if they have what it takes to beat BYU. I don't know if Baylor has what it takes to beat BYU. BYU 28, Baylor 17. Sometimes I like to go outside of the box and pick a game. A buddy of mine and my sister from another mother, Peyton, I love you. I believe it's her grandfather, her uncle got football started at this school, UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. What a great, a couple of years ago you could put them on their schedule and it was a guaranteed win. But this UTSA team looks good. Rice comes in. I got UTSA 41, Rice 0. Go Roadrunners. I'm becoming a fan of the Roadrunners. I like this, and because I got a little familial tie to it. So go Roadrunners. Up next, I got NC State versus Boston College. I don't even understand the ACC this year. I don't. Again, and another thing, if you'd have told me that Wake Forest and NC State were going to be the leaders of the ACC this year, again, I called you a liar. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. But here we are, week 7, Wake Forest, NC State in the driver's seat of the ACC. I got NC State 28, BC 21. NC State 28, Boston College 21. For the last game of this week, Arizona State going into Utah. I was high on Utah at the beginning of the year. Utah was my Pac-12 winner. I don't know what happened. My buddy Matt Campbell, a big Utah fan, Utes fan. I still pull for you, buddy. I just don't know if they got what it takes to beat Arizona, though, now. They've just let me down. Secretly, trying to be unbiased, I'm going with Arizona State 38, Utah 31. But you can guarantee on Saturday I'll be pulling for Utah. But I think Arizona State's got the better of the team now. Obviously watching throughout the weeks. Arizona State 38, Utah 31. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your picks for the week. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Let us know how we're doing at the channel. Love football. Great season going on. We got a great contest going on. Really, really close in those win and loss columns. So keep checking in. Keep letting us know how we're doing. And thank you so much. And remember what I say. Love that football. Love football season. I'm glad it's back. And I'll see you next week. Good night, guys.